Rome in summer is hot. Hot in every sense you can imagine. The heat is very present, and as one made in Holland, I can only say I am not made for this shit. I'm sweating my ass off, literally. Every day it's quite of the battle for me when stepping outside the house and instantly feel like I'm standing in an endless oven. Every bit of wind is like a godsend. Every spot that has shade is mine. Carrying my bottle of cold water against my body that works refreshing, but sfortunatamente is only temporary. I see many videos portraying the dreamy Roman summer, and honestly, they are not wrong. Those moments do really exist, but they are only one side of the story. Living here for quite some time, I can only say that June and July are my absolute least favorite months of the year. August is still quite hot, but the big difference is that it's less filled with people and many businesses are closed for the summer, which makes the city more empty and less packed, which helps quite a bit. Of course, if you are used to high temperatures, humidity, and if you're all in for sweltering heat, then by all means, Rome is the perfect destination for you in this period of time. But if you are a little bit like me and finding 28 degrees the perfect and more or less the maximum amount you can handle, I'd say wait for some time for hitting this gorgeous city for you and your level of comfort. There's a huge difference between visiting Rome in July as a tourist and actually living here. Living here means, for many Italians, including myself, waiting at the bus stop in the heat, and bus number 60 is arriving and you already see from a distance it is packed like always, and you know you're forced to stand for at least another 40 minutes in the midst of weird smells and body sandwiches. Those moments can be tough, I can tell you that. Not just for you, everyone has to find their way through the heat. Only I've realized that many Italians, they don't look like they are having a hard time in the heat, but trust me, they do too. But then you step out and you have one of the best gelatos in the air conditioning and you forget all about the effort you made. In this video, I wanted to show you what life in Rome is really like during July. I am all about romanticizing my little ordinary life here, but I also want you to know how it really is to live here. So here it is, my personal experience as a straniera, living in Rome during hot weather. What I needed to do was to adjust my schedule to the weather forecast. When the weather app says 37 degrees, my Dutch DNA responds, hell no. Here are some of the things that I do to make life somewhat doable here. Wake up with the birds. The earlier the better. The air is the best in this time, somewhat fresh until 9 a.m. let's say. I make sure to air the house in this time and go out if I need to run some errands, if I want to go for a morning walk and have a coffee at a bar. If I want to go out, basically now is the time. I avoid going outside from 11 a.m. till 5 in the evening, more or less. I've learned that from 7 p.m. the temperature is best and the sun isn't that harsh anymore. Also make sure to close any shutters you have so that the majority of heat is being kept out of your home. I've been using the Nazzoni to its maximum capacity. You know, those adorable water fountains you see at every corner? That means refreshing yourself. Let the cold water run through your hands and wrists. I also see a lot of old men putting their whole head under it to refresh. And of course, I really like the taste of the water to drink as well. I've been wearing a lot of my flowy linen clothing in this time, and especially long white pants and my long sleeved linen blouse. It does make you feel less burned. I used to wear shorts and especially jean shorts, but anything short is just making your skin burn in the sun, literally. I don't know, maybe it's my skin tone, but I prefer to cover my skin when I'm in the sun directly. But that is just in this excessive heat. If it's 29, 31, 32, it's perfect. I just go in shorts. But if it's higher, then I just wear long sleeve, long skirts, long everything. And it really helps. Another thing is that I find new routes that are in the shade. Nowadays, I prefer a longer route if it means that I'm walking in the shade. It makes all the difference. And I'm also walking much slower than I normally do. And doing things more slow in general, I felt bad in the beginning, but now I just see that it is a must. And if you don't want to faint, do as the Romans do. Another thing is going out at night. Doing your groceries around 6 or 7 is better for me. And basically wandering around the piazzas, having your ice cream, having a drink with a friend, or meet up, that kind of thing is what you want to do in the evenings. You will see it's gonna be packed in the main piazzas. It depends which zona you are. In the less touristy ones, obviously it's going to be less crowded, but still all Italians, they are outside in the evening. No matter if they have to wake up at 6, they're gonna make a late night. Come? Salam alaikum. Where come from? Hollanda. Holland. Oh.
Ripercorrere I passi della vita.
Another thing is going to libraries, because here you can both work and enjoy the free aircon. I have aircon at home, but to save some usage, I decided to enjoy the free ones at the public spaces. And also, I don't want to spend all day at the house. Another thing is I eat much lighter, as in more salads, omelets, fruits like watermelon, and preparing food more in bulk, so you don't have to cook every day because it's not so nice to use the stove. Meal prepping, that kind of stuff, and you want to do that or in the early morning or later at night, with the windows open, obviously. And also, what is more obvious is taking day trips to seaside places. Here I am visiting the lake of Anguillara. The Sea of Ostia is also okay and very easy to reach. Or you can go to one of these swimming pools. They have a lot in Rome. And it's a real pleasant way of cooling down.
Yeah, me too.
So those are some things that I've been incorporating in my daily life. It's only temporary, but I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna be happy when it's gonna be 32 again. And it's crazy like how only 4 degrees makes such a difference. So yeah, will I complain about the heat again tomorrow? Absolutely. I'm Dutch. Will I still be sitting outside with my gelato after sunset, completely happy with the city? Yeah, also yes. You know, I love to romanticize my ordinary life and especially the little things. But for me, that doesn't automatically mean that I have to pretend that everything is perfect. No, it means finding beauty also in reality. And for me, that is in this time of the year, a sweaty, stinky bus ride, search for shade, the little evening breeze, and life in between. That's my Roman summer, and honestly, I'm quite content with it, even though it's not easy, but I wouldn't want to trade it. So yeah, just hope you enjoyed this little video, and wherever you are in the world, I hope the heat is not too bad, or the cold, depending on where you are. Most of Europe is facing a heat wave, and yeah, we're all in this together. I hope to see you in the next one. Un abbraccio. Ciao.